But just real quick, just to let you know, sometimes the talks, they get overheated. Well, I wouldn't say overheated. They're so fun, we get all into it, and we may go over 10 minutes, but it is a 10-minute talk. So just to let you know that. So once again, I'm Qualita, Qualana, and Amoya. We come on again all the time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today's 10-minute talk is about what?
It should women lead and men protect? I guess I'll go first. Me personally, I am traditional, so I would still want my man to lead, and I would trust him enough to be able to lead. If he is my man, I give him that respect. And most of the time, me being a feminine woman, if I'll allow a man to lead, or if I trust him, then in return he would get submissiveness. So for me, I'm still traditional, as I said, so I still want to keep a tradition of letting the man lead.
Yeah, so I'll go next. It depends on what we're talking about, because there's different factors, I guess, to lead a household, but I would want him to be the head of the household. I would want him to, I guess, we will make decisions together, but yes, I would trust him enough to actually lead the household. Yes, I have to have vetted him in the dating and courting process, and I knew in marriage that he would be a great husband and father to the children. So yes, I would trust him to lead. And when it came to certain decisions, yes, we would definitely make those together. Basically, you can't make every single decision together, but major decisions we make together anyway. And I guess if there were a tiebreaker, I guess I would just lean on his knowledge. So I want him to lead and protect.
Okay. We got this.
But it will be a joint effort. Marriage is a joint effort, of course.
Yes. Sorry. We got this question from the group members, because I see that this question was growing a lot of heat, in the group, in our Build a Sister Up group. And a lot of people were having their opinions on the topic, which is okay. Okay, we love everybody to chime in and throw in their opinions and everything, but we always want to be respectful about everybody's opinion, because I think some of them were getting a little heated. So, and that happens sometimes, because we all have different opinions. But for me to answer the question, I do feel the man should. Well, I'm gonna go at it this way. Men are stronger than women. God designed them to be that way. So with that being said, men are naturally stronger, so they should lead and protect, right? So women should help. Men are to lead and protect. Now, you always want somebody that's going to lead you. To me, that's like spiritual. They're leading you in a spiritual realm of things, and not to get into it too much, but, some people might say, no, we have two different religions, and, he's going this way and he's going that way. That's another conversation in itself too. So anyway, the man is to protect. You want to get a man that's going to protect you, especially when you're walking down the street and somebody say, hey girl, come here. You want your boo to turn around and say, this is my woman. I got this. I got this. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the woman to say, I got this. I'm with my man. Don't you say me? Don't you?
Or you don't want the man to say he talking to you.
Yes. And to be exact, you know what? I've actually dated a guy before, long time ago. I dated a guy before, and I was getting into an argument with this other man, and he was actually there watching us argue. And we were about to fight, me and the guys, or, you know, we were about to fight. And my boyfriend was standing there watching. And I asked him later, you know, because we never fought. I said, well, why didn't you say anything? He was like, because that man, he didn't want no smoke. I already knew that. I'm thinking,
I don't think.
but you didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So some women are aggressive and they want to go ahead and lead, you know, like me sometimes I you know, but it's not all about me. Sometimes I do get a little, you know, beside myself. My husband can tell you, yeah, I do. But men are supposed to lead. I will say that men are supposed to lead. Now, what are some of the good topics in the group?
Some of the comments said one member says each has to follow their own path of logic. So on the flip side of what we were saying, this lady says some women are natural born leaders and need their men to protect their gifts. And this guy says men lead, they're the head. Just because this girl says men lead, they're the head. Just because you're single does not make you the man. That's good, because sometimes, you know, when as women, sometimes when the father is not in the household, they say, I'm the man, I'm the mother and the father. And I guess you're the mother. This one says, wrong. This is why so many are alone. Ladies, please stop giving bad advice. This one says, this is why all relationships are in a ditch. And this one says, this is the formula for broken homes. So change the narrative.
I wonder, is that person referring to men leading, or, you know, what do you all think they were saying?
What, broken homes?
Yeah. What's the formula? Which one is the
I think that's a collective.
I
think that's a collective of both the men and the women. I think women try to sometimes lead, and men don't like that. I guess men like a woman who is a soft place for them and who will allow them. I guess I'm not speaking for all men. I guess most men. I'm not a man anyway. But I guess most men like a woman to be the soft place and like a woman to be able to be led. So if a woman is the one who's like, I want to lead, then I guess that's probably what they're saying is a recipe for disaster. This one says, single women are trying to make you single. I guess that should be trying to keep you single. This one says, I have to lead him. If I have to lead him, I don't want him. And this one says his mama can keep him then.
But I mean, I think it's it goes back to way back. It's a deeper conversation than just where we are today. Today's modern woman is different from, you know, yesterday's modern woman. So the conversation actually dates back maybe to 400, 300 years ago, but that's a deeper conversation. But on the other side, statistically, there are more women, single women, I guess, available than there are men. So when we single women do encounter a man that we want to marry, we have to sometimes change a little bit of our independent status, and that may be hard to do. So coming from our background and what we're used to doing, yeah, we can run into problems, but we know that, yes, we can let a man lead if we see that he is worthy of taking on that role. But it does come down to being able to adapt to that from living a single life where you were independent and taking care of everything else you had to take care of. And it also goes back to maybe broken homes. It depends on what male models you saw coming up and what you're used to, the standard you have for yourself and the standard that you saw in the other gender. So it's a number of factors that determines if you believe that a man or you should lead, or he should lead alone, or you should lead together. But I will say that it is a joint effort to actually make things work. So whatever it takes to make things work in your relationship is the successful key.
Right. Because a lot of times, like with me, you know, not just to talk about me, it does take a strong man to be with me. You know, far as my husband, he just walked in. It does. It takes a strong man to be with me. So you might have to have that leading in you some, because I have a strong personality. So you know, I admit, and my sisters there, they got it too. So
Well, not as much as her, but yeah, she does have a strong personality.
not
Yeah,
as
I mean,
much
it'll take a strong man to lead me also.
Right. I mean, what happens when two leaders come together? One of
It
them
should.
is going to have to be the ultimate leader.
Mhm.
right.
The other one is gonna have to give up some of the leadership, right?
Yeah.
Or they can lead together, but
Right.
yeah.
But you can't have, to me as a man, you can't be a weak man trying to say I'm the head. I mean, it's just gotta have some backbone in there.
Yeah,
That's
because
just my
I
opinion.
mean, so a guy that I know, a guy that I date, he says that when a
I
woman,
got it, you know, or I got it, you did.
when a man takes on a woman, he takes on her as his responsibility, and he ensures that she takes his last name and all of that, blah blah blah, and that I guess she gets to inherit all of his stuff, like all the things that he's had, his culture,
Mhm.
and he takes on, she has to take on his identity, right?
Mhm.
Not
Mm.
necessarily change her life to be him and revolve everything around him, but she absorbs herself in his world because he's now taking her on as his responsibility. So yeah, so you have to, I guess, know what kind of man you're marrying for him to lead. But if a man says things like that to you, then maybe that's a man worthy of you actually allowing him to lead. But you have to watch his words. If he wants to take you on as his responsibility, maybe he's going to shoulder all the responsibilities that comes on with being a leader. So you have to see if a man is even worthy for you to just sit back and chill. And sometimes it may be easier for allowing him to just take on a burnt of the responsibility and you being the helpmeet, you know? It may just be easier, it may be fun, you may love it. Or if you marry somebody that's nothing like that and you still allow him to
Then
lead, you headed for a world of trouble.
yeah, or you gotta step up as leader if
Right.
that guy allows it.
Exactly.
Wouldn't be me.
So
Right.
you're saying that he's saying he wants the woman to take on everything that's about him and his culture because he's taking you as his responsibility.
Well, no, he is
No.
allowing her to be absorbed in his life, but he is still
Okay.
allowing her to be herself. But he's
Okay.
being her provider and her protector and her leader.
Let's read some of the comments. Someone says men are supposed to lead, but because some men don't know how, some women have to assume the role. So some women become so humble and supportive of their man that they'll lead in the relationship, but in public make the man look like he is successfully leading. It's not right, but it is really determined by what each individual is will and able to take and do. Walking together, communicating, and making decisions are all the goals, but when there is lack, the stronger one will fulfill the lack and lead. And that's true. That's basically what you're saying.
Exactly.
John says,
Right.
I've never seen a woman lion lead the pack.
Wanda, did you have something to say?
That's big. That's a strong one. He's never seen a woman lion lead the pack. Okay. Some women, they do say, I am leading, you know, and then you do have same people within the same race, sex relationships or whatever. I don't know how that, you know, plays out or who decides on who leads or whatever. I don't
Just imagine I guess it'd be just like the others that you just take on whoever takes on that role of being the leader, you know.
Real quick, Ron says, What goes into a man leading? Is it different for every relationship, or is it an umbrella statement? I feel like women are such a vital part of a household as a whole that part of being a strong man is picking a strong partner who is still feminine and able to take the leadership is the absence of a man. Personal says, you how many safaris you been on to watch the lions?
I think that's in response to a different
Right.
comment. So, Wanda, we're gonna unmute you.
Evening. Good evening. Real quick, I just want to lay a foundation based on the reading in the Bible. The men should dwell or handle or communicate with your woman according to knowledge. Now, a long time ago, like Kalana was saying, women didn't go to college. The man was the head of the family and he did everything. But now you have women that are intelligent and they make choices. And so now you have to deal with them. You have to communicate them according to what they have knowledge, and they can bring a lot to the table. So it's more of a joint venture now. It's just not one-sided. But men a lot of times have a little bit stronger strength than the women. So yeah, to protect. That could still be the basis or the
Yes. I'm not sure what happened. She's coming back. She was saying that could still be the base of
Hello?
you were at a good place.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that foundation. So you do it, you work together. It's more of a joint venture. Now you work together and see what the outcome's going to be. Somebody has something to offer. The woman has something to offer. The man has something to offer. You come together and work it out.
Right.
And it's for the whole to be as one. That's how you can to be as one, because you're working together. You can't have a half. You have a half over here, but if you put it together, then you're whole.
Makes the whole. All right. A half and a half makes a whole. That's true, because you can't be in a relationship coming in as a whole. Well, it's I don't know.
You come into a
are
relationship
whole.
whole. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, that's what I meant. You are whole. That's why I stopped. I'm like, wait, you are whole. So you come in whole, but your whole and his whole equals a whole.
Right. Pizza equals
Yeah.
a whole pizza.
It's
You
like
come in with your greatest strengths and your weaknesses.
Mhm.
Right.
So you all defer to one another and your greatest strengths and your weaknesses. But ultimately, yes, he will be the leader.
Right. And you know what, too, in that relationship, everyone is smart. There's, I don't like, sometimes you get in a relationship, some people might feel, well, I'm smarter than you, because I went to college and you didn't, or whatever. You got to respect. It's all about respect, too. Everybody has to understand their role, understand, you're respecting me, I'm respecting you. Both parties didn't come from the same mother. So you got to understand that everybody came with their own bag of chips, So you're going to put those chips in a bowl and eat them together and be whole.
Well, when we're talking about a man and a woman, you have a half, okay, the man, and you have a half, the woman. But when they come together, that makes a whole.
Right.
So
extra large pizza.
If they
right.
work together, then that whatever strengths one may have and whatever weaknesses the other may have, you work together and it's a stronger bond. But you have to allow, like you said, Kalika, you allow that respect to come in. You have to respect the woman where she's at. And the woman should give due respect to the man as far as being a man and not try to overpower. I was reading online the other day, and it's true. If you look at it, you can't build yourself up by tearing somebody down. Because eventually you're both going to be down.
Right. That's true.
So if you want a strong foundation, you learn to work together, work it out. And maybe the man can lead in this way or will lead in this way. And if he's the one that's the protector, then let him protect. But there could be some relationships where the woman has at a lead, you don't look down on your husband. You respect your husband for where he's at and for the contribution that he brings to the home, as well as if you have married and you have a spouse, a man that is intelligent, and he should not look down on his wife because she's not working, or maybe she chooses to is her job, whatever she's doing. If she's working outside of the home, it's not less important than what you're doing,
Right.
but you bring those two together to make a strong foundation.
Yeah. And if they mess up, you know, within a relationship, if, you know, if he forgot to, I don't know, put the toilet down, whatever the case is, or she forgot to put the toilet up, however the case is, don't make that person feel that they are less than, you know, because that happens too in a lot of relationships. And then that causes brokenness in the house.
All right, I'll read these last comments and then that completes our 10-minute talk. Michael says, in my opinion, the best knower should take lead on any given topic. No one owes another person a role. It shouldn't be defined by old laws. New rule these days works together, but that's just me.
That's true. I mean, there's
I
a
agree.
modern man too and a modern woman.
I agree.
Hmm.
Modern people.
Personal says paying for self-defense classes, gun classes for a woman for when I'm not there considered being a protector.
I
Well,
mean, however you see fit to protect, you know.
mhm,
Yeah.
I mean, you do provide.
that
You
is
can't be there. You
providing
can't be
someone.
physically there all the time with each other. So I mean, yeah, you are ensuring her safety through another means if you're not there. So
You did say
definitely.
you would pay for the classes, so yeah.
I
Well, that was our 10-minute talk. This was fun.
Yeah, this was great.
We appreciate everyone who's tuned in and listened and given input
Yeah.
and
Right.
thought into this topic. It got over 200 comments in the group, so we thought that we should go ahead and do a video on this and it be a highlight of our 10-minute talk. So we appreciate everyone, and it's always build better, build bold, build a sister up.
Build a brother up.
Bye.
Bye.